in very beginning we come really not for money. Like maybe some of them are, but like
Sure.
But the greater thing, we want a decentralized world. We want something better than Ethereum.
It's time to talk about block producers on EOS. Who are they? What do they do? And why do they do it? In this series, I will highlight the various block producers in EOS, either of the top 21 who produce the blocks, or of the many standby producers waiting in the wings.
Hello, everyone. It's time again for another installment of the BP interview series on EOS. And today I have Francis from Pizza BP. And Francis, thanks for taking the time to be here. And, really appreciate it's pretty early in the morning for you. So thank you for getting up early.
Thank you. Yeah.
And just the first question is just tell us a bit about yourself.
You're right. So I am from, personally, I'm from China, and stayed in New York for 10 years and came back for exactly for EOS P5 thing in the end of the 2018. At the time, my friend asked me, "Hey Frank, do you want to build something really exciting?" And I think, okay. And then he was like, "Have you ever heard about stablecoin, like MakerDAO kind of things?" I say, "Yeah, I heard of it, but then don't know too much about it." So that's where the story starts. So I do the research. When I started, it was quite fast. So I spent 2 weeks and feel like, okay, it looked good. So I just bagged a ticket and came back to China and start working on and make about half a year to build everything and launched a decentralized stablecoin like USDE. That was our first project in right before the June 1 event. So, and then we just fly to the Washington to join the June 1. And then exactly that day, June 1st, we did a airdrop to every EOS users. If you have any EOS in your account in June 1, we just airdrop pizza to your account. So that was the start of it. And then we just keep building the pizza swap is in the end of 2019. And then in the middle of the 2020, we have a lending service. And actually right before it, we built a decentralized leverage token, but we suspended because we put our main focus on the lending side, and then we didn't have enough energy to maintain and update the leverage tokens thing. So we suspended in, I don't know, half a year ago. And then after the landing in the beginning of this year, we also built you can see the stable coin swap. It worked really good too. So now my main focus is in the lending and the air swap, the stable coin swap. Yeah.
Awesome.
So right now we are having a cooperation with DeFi Box about their USN token and USDT, this pair. Because in the very beginning, when we trying to build USDE, there isn't so much about ecosystem, and then we try so hard, it just can't go up. I mean the total locking value of the project. So it's kind of almost abandoned the project. I put it in really sideways, so and have my main attention in the lending and the stablecoin. So now as the USN, the stablecoin from the DeFi box goes, I think it's really good now. It's having a couple million US locked in there. So I choose to cooperate with them. Actually, I and them are neighbors, so it's 2 blocks away. So it's really easy for us to cooperate. Yeah.
Awesome.
And now when you're doing USN and USDT paired of liquidity providing, you can get the box and the air in the same time. Like also you get the lending APY because the provided tokens will be redeposit to the PISA system. So you got a lending profit too. Yeah, when you click air.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, right. And then I think just choose one of the. Oh, it didn't come out.
I had it open already, so maybe I might have already clicked something, but you've got
Did you
swap
log
liquidity
in?
and mining.
Sometimes when you're not logging,
I didn't log
it might
in, no.
be yeah.
This
Or
is just the open page.
you can try log in, so I can show you how it really works.
Let's do it. Let me log in with my Eden account here.
You're right.
We're off script, but this is okay. This is more exciting, actually.
You're right. I'm really excited to introduce my product.
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, this is what your BP helps to fund in the end. Talking about your BP, this makes it possible. Okay, so
when
logged
you
in.
when you go to swap to find the USN. No, you can just scroll down. No, you can just scroll down. There is some. It's actually in the bottom of it. Yeah, right. So when you see the APY, there's a little question mark. It's almost like show you everything there already. Yep. So when you are providing, USN and USDT stable coins, you get how much is it? 49.85 APY. 50, pretty decent. Yeah, right.
And these are both stable coins.
Exactly. And USDT is USDT. USN is the stable coin from DeFi Box. And you can see the lending APY is from PISA for you to lend your USDT and the USN, and the trading commission is trading commission.
So there's no impermanence loss then on this particular pair either, right?
Almost no. There is price, movement in USN too, a little bit, but not much. Like 0.01%, something like that. But yeah, I can say basically no permanent lose at all.
Oh, this is pretty. I didn't know about this. This is pretty good.
Yeah, right.
And you've got some good. You've 400 grand locked up in there.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you had this live for? Or that's the volume, apologies.
I started to test it in February or March, I think. Yeah, I wrote the whole thing in before the Spring Festival, so it's before the February. I think we launched it in March or April, I think.
Wow.
So it's been almost half a year now.
Well, it's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we are very careful about it. So it put lots of time to test before we really push it to the community. But now it looks perfectly good, I think.
Yeah, and I and translated to English. That's nice. Like you've got Chinese and English, and that.
Yeah, right.
Certainly, I appreciate that because I can't read.
Yeah, Chinese, but now I think most of the users are Chinese. We didn't so far. I didn't find so many users from outside of China.
I didn't even know about that. So
I know, right?
This is part of the reason why maybe not as many Western users, but
you're right.
Spreading the word can help. That's for sure. And then, so this mining bit here, this APY. So what am I looking at here? USDT.
You can just right. The things like USDV, USDII, that's just the name of the LP tokens, and then what follows it is what exactly there is.
I understand. That's the LP token. Okay, so that's the one we were just looking at.
And then the EOSI was the OEOS was from the organics.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, we'll get back to this. I'm sure, when we get to some of the other questions here, you'll get a chance to kind of take us back over here. So I guess maybe a little bit if you could tell us about the history of your block producer and just why you started that up.
In the beginning of this year, one of our users with 10 to 20 million US in his account. He tried to vote for us, and then I was like, okay, and then just go ask my Prasi friend, can you provide me some paid votes so, and that I can, go in like top 100 or something like and get paid because someone is ready to offer me and like a good portion of his US votes. And then, yeah, that's it. And then we start to be bp.pizza and showing in there. And then, yeah, that's basically how it is. How it
Was
starts.
that simple? Yeah, no. Well,
Yeah, right, exactly.
You were in the ecosystem. You were building something.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
A whale came to you and said, "Hey, you should
Mhm.
be a BP, so we're going to vote for you."
Yeah, and then like, yeah, I still want to like mention like when like somebody in the community will say, "Oh, in this way, it's a puppy BP," but actually, like after the accused, I just make the BP into a active P2P endpoint list.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it's even when you are trying to accuse it in the infrastructure thing, it's like there is a basic, basic setup there too. So and then, but even without it, as a community participator, I will say for 3 years, like when we are trying to maintain our community, when we are trying to maintain a public service, like for example, when you go to our website, we already providing the lending service. This is paid service, and there is also free service like aggregated swap. Like when you go to swap, it connect you to like on top of it swap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a aggregated swap, so it connects you to every swap you can find in the ecosystem, and it can redistribute your orders to each one of it. And actually you can find any tokens there as long as they are available in different contracts. So yeah, this service is like totally free. So when saying Pizza is a puppy block producer, I kind of no, I don't feel too too good about it.
No.
I'm quite confident. I'm quite confident about it that we actually build things. We actually provide the community with so many tools, so and maintain a really good community. It's almost like a family in here. So yeah, I think we are good. We deserve everything we are having right now.
I think you do as well. And
yeah,
and just so you know, for your particular BP, when it comes to community perspective, the Eden members proxy, which is determined by Eden members rating different BPs, and your BP is in the top 30. You guys made it to number 23. So
okay.
So certainly the view that your particular BP is a sock puppet is not widely shared. So I wouldn't be too offended by that, by the accusation, because you wouldn't have been rated this high if people didn't think kindly and highly of you is in terms of what you bring to the community in general. So I don't think you need to defend yourself too much. I think you're a valued contributor.
Yeah, I still want to explain because there are already a dozen people like mention me about it, like they are all defending me, like say, "Hey Frank, I'm in your side." I'm not sure why they say, but I'm in your side. I will try to defend you in the public too. So, but so far I didn't see them defend me in the public, so I probably just gonna do it myself.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Yeah, no, and this is part of this. I'm amazed with the number of. Is this typical for a swap to have this many tokens available? I haven't noticed this on the other swaps.
I mean, like,
I mean, you've got
yeah,
everything
it's
there. Stuff I've never heard of.
we just read it from the different contracts, so that's what they have. So as long as like you can click any one of it, and it will show you how many of it is in which swap. Yeah, and you can see the ratio is 100% in box, and then it's 100% in box.
And the slippage volume.
Yes, the max slippage is you can set up so you don't click wrong number and lose all your money. And if you got the larger than 2% slippage,
yeah, I see.
And we don't charge any fee, so it's exactly same. Comparing you just do it in box or somewhere else.
This is great.
Yeah, wow. Right.
Nice work. I didn't know about
the only problem here is it's like we put like one afternoon to write the contract and like another 2-3 days to finish the front end. So it's really a tool in the very beginning. It's a tool for myself, and I open it to everybody else. So we made it really easy. Like when you go swap, you can see it's only connected to EOS related pairs. You cannot do like USDT to box. It will not do a multi-path the swap. Actually, if they have something with like maybe like USN to box, it's here too. But the only problem about this swap is it doesn't have the multi-path swap. So sometimes it might have higher than average slippage, but most of the times it's fine, especially when you know how to use it.
Yeah, well, and like you say, it's hard to not avoid if it's a multi-path swap, especially you're going to get.
Yeah, it's like
and some of these tokens have such not great liquidity, so
exactly.
But the fact that this becomes a great, if you're looking for EOS tokens, and sometimes it's tough to find some of them.
Yeah, right. It's like
you've got them all here.
Yeah, basically everything is here, and especially when my friend Glue Dog, he's trying to relaunch the DOP thing, and it's like I spent like 2 weeks to study the Dolphin swap, trying to add it to our swap, and then they just died in the beginning of the year. So I was pretty upset about it because I learned the balancer. Yeah, right. I learned the balancer protocol for like almost 2 weeks to learn the algorithm things, and then they just disappeared. But recently they are trying to relaunch it, so I'm pretty happy about it.
So it won't be a loss after all.
Yeah.
So I guess the next question is sort of what are you most proud of? And it's with your BP, but it could be just what are you most proud of in general with what you've done, because that BP helps to fund other things that you do.
For now, what we're proud of, in the first place, infrastructure, there's nothing to talk about. It's just cloud service. But actually, if we are in any way to approach 21, we could be ready to be a real like producer anytime, because we have been with the EOS, like we actually like participate in the EOS mainnet launch. If you go back to the very beginning, we like yelling, go or not go, go or not go. I'm in the video too. So
awesome.
Yeah, right. It's been 3 years. We are ready to build anything we need if we have to. So that's about my idea about the infrastructure. So I'm proud that we can be ready anytime. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Well, it's the idea, if you don't need it, why have it type of thing, right? It's an expense to carry it, but the fact if you can flip a switch in fairly short order to become ready.
Actually, we used to help the people who are in the 21 to build the infrastructure. So we are quite confident about our technology things. And then but if you ask me what's my favorite about ourselves, I will say our community. Like my product will be in the second. In my community, I think they are great. Like there are originally like 500 or 600 of them. And then, like, I think it was in May. You probably heard of it. Like the Chinese government suddenly become more serious about everything about it, the token, the mining pools, and then even the social media. So they banned several of our like chatting rooms, and then so far there is like only 200 community members left in our newest chatting group.
I see.
I mean the Chinese one. Sorry, didn't include the Telegram in a Chinese chat room. Like they are really good. Like we share our daily lives. Hey, how you doing? Like in whatever. Like for example, how is your mining in Binance chain? How is your profit? And they say, oh, I'm good. I find a new one. How come with me? Something like that. Yeah. And one of them like may say, oh, I have my mortgage just paid today. I'm so happy about it. Something like that. Their everyday life. So yeah, the community is really great. Like before this year, because my major was like actuarial science, like basically math. So I do math work for my team. I don't communicate with the community too much. But when we launched the lending service, the user surge. Like before, it was the stablecoin. There's like only daily activity. It's like 20 users, something like that. And when it goes to the Pizza lending, sometimes there will be like 1,000 or 2,000 users a day. And then, especially when you are just launching the product, there are bugs, there are difficulty on the product, and people will provide you with their opinions, advices, and then they're so busy in between. I think last year, July to November, super busy. Like every day I have only like 2-3 hours to sleep, and then in the middle of the night I will wake up and say, oh, is there a bug? Is there because when you have
nightmares of bugs.
Yeah, right. Not hundreds million, I think. Never that high, but it's like 20 million in there. You get really nervous about the security about it.
Yeah. No doubt.
We have a friend of mine was in Slow Mist, and he come and to audit it, and then I send it to the Pack Shield for I don't know, 1 month to audit it too. So yeah, we are. But before it, we were super nervous about it, if the project will have any like vulnerable things there.
Yeah, good thing to be nervous about.
Yeah, right. So, but in that process, I just have to communicate with all different people, and then I start to talk to people, start to having a connection with them, like gradually, and we formed a almost family-like things there. So I'm super proud of it.
That's great.
And then the second thing is our product, which I have already showed you in the beginning of the interview. So yep, that's
awesome. Well, and then I guess an extension from that, what are you most excited about in terms of the future of the EOS blockchain?
Like so I will just short story long. Sorry. So let's go back to 2018. I think it was. Let's go back to the main launch. At that time, I worked for a Chinese EOS media called IMEOS. At that time, I was still in New York, so it was, I think, May. I didn't heard of EOS at all at the time. So a friend of mine just asked me if I want to help him with some communication in English, because he's in China. So I said, okay, sounds interesting. So I just start to help him to connect with the Western world. I talked to EOS Canada, I talked to Scatter, I talked to the other very early start project called Carmo, I think, but they disappeared.
Karma, yeah.
Yeah, no, not Karma, Camel, something like that. Anyways,
Okay. Yeah.
It's a decentralized education platform in Europe, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's long time ago. So I think they already left. But at that time, I interviewed those different project or block producers, and when I interviewed the US Canada, I asked the same question: What are you so exciting about the future of US? Exactly the same question. So he tells me it's the potential of US network. So I would say I'll be more
More specific.
be more in detail. And he said the war chest. He's so excited about the war chest.
Right.
I say, okay, war chest, $4 billion. And then we didn't see the war chest in 3 years, but that's fine.
Nope.
For now, so we are not gonna, rely on it. But now, when there are 4 US foundations like coming at the same time, the US Eden US Foundation, and then also Pomelo and US Starter, we have 4 foundations like coming out in the same time. Each one of them is not like not in any way to compare to the 4 billion war chest thing, but I think as long as we are trying to make it better, we are good. It's better.
Very good.
Yeah, and actually, like for now, I'm like many other members. I'm not in very happy position about our current situation. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like different new blockchains come out, and when they are doing the ranking, we are not even in the list. So that's bad. So I think we will try to make more voices, and like I'm happy, like because I'm one of them too. I'm one of the members who stay here for 3 years. I see people come and I see people go. Sometimes I feel really sad to see it's like my I would say my peers. For example, Zach from the EOS everything. I see him like start from the very beginning. He tried so hard, and EOS Nation, then he tried so hard, and I really want people who contribute so much to not have a better return in money, because in very beginning we come really not for money. Like maybe some of them are, but like
sure.
But the greater thing, we want a decentralized world. We want something better than Ethereum.
Yeah.
So and then I see them trying so hard and put all their energy in community and didn't get feedback. I wouldn't say return, but didn't get actual feedback from the general crypto world. Like they don't see us like hello and right now. So really want to try to make things better from now. Yeah.
Well,
so that's my vision about it, and that's how I think about it.
I think that's a great way to think about it. Yeah, we need to not concern ourselves with things we can't control, which that war chest is something we can't control. but what we can control is what we build.
So what can you do about bankers, right?
Nothing. So you build anyway. Like, so you've built.
Yeah, you're right. We just built. That's what we have been doing like for from 2018.
Yeah, the last question is, what can token holders do to help you and the EOS network in general?
I think for EOS token holders, the best way to help us is to talk with us, like use our product first, and then whatever, like lending or swap or stablecoin swap, just use our product and tell us where it's good, where it's bad, where they think can be improved. And then I think that's the best way to help us. And of course, they can vote for us. that's great too. It's because that shows the support. Yeah, I think that's two major ways of help the pizza project.
Perfect. Well, I definitely, so I'll put all the links to your site here, which is, pizza.finance. And at the bottom, you've got lots here, things that you're doing.
Yeah.
And
that's our token
all
distribution.
Socials, Telegram and Twitter and email for people who want to get in touch.
Exactly.
Probably follow you on, and Telegram is a good place to get you. But I think this is great, Frank. I really appreciate what you do in the ecosystem. I really like your product. I definitely appreciate this demo of the Airbit and this near zero impermanence loss on staking the USDT and USN. Like that's pretty cool. So yeah, well, thank you very much for your time.
Sure.
I certainly appreciate you taking the time for me today, and I think you're doing great things. So keep it up.
Thank you. See you around.
Great future for EOS. Yeah, for sure. Take care, Francis.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.